Okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, chapter 14, we are going to start. 12 and 13, we have done last time. Okay. So, few more consideration about the devotional service we are going to see. We are going to see devotional qualification. Many important points we are going to learn about our devotional qualification, what things are required for devotion, what things are not required. Many things we are going to learn in today's class. So, let's quickly start today's class with Mangala Charan. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay. So we'll be reading through the Veda base and we'll be discussing. Okay. So because the PPTs won't have that much um that much description won't be there in the PPT. So we'll read through the Veda base and we'll discuss. Okay. So we'll need some volunteers. Okay. So what you can do is you can raise the hand and one by one we can give chance for reading out. So yes, shall we start?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. So one
Please
devotee,
raise your digital hands, whoever
yeah, you
wants
can
to
raise
read.
one by one.
Thank you so
Then
much.
we'll give chance. Yes. So one devotee can read. Alka Mataji is there. So you can read from here.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Devotional qualifications. Some scholars recommend that knowledge and renunciation are important factors for elevating oneself to devotional service, but actually that is not a fact. Actually, the cultivation of knowledge or renunciation which are favorable for achieving a footing in Krishna consciousness may be accepted in the beginning, but ultimately they may also come to be rejected, for devotional service is dependent on nothing other than the sentiment or desire for such service. It requires nothing more than sincerity.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
So yes, thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So if you see, Prabhupada starts the chapter with like he will be starting the chapter with very important points, and he will summarize the important point in the first only. Okay. So if you see the first paragraph, it is he is writing about three things. Okay. So he is writing about knowledge and renunciation, and then he is writing about the sentiments and the desire, sentiments or desire. So important, so knowledge and renunciation and sentiments and desire. Okay, so these three things Prabhupada is writing about. So what is required for devotional service? Okay, whether so whether the knowledge and renunciation is required or not. Okay, so that is being discussed. So in the initial days, knowledge and renunciation may be required. Okay, so knowledge means not knowing about Krishna, like the jnanis, they are doing what they are doing. They are accumulating knowledge, but at the same time they are acquiring the knowledge, but they are not going into depth of the knowledge. Okay, so just like just like we are knowing that we are Atma, we are not this body, but in the depth, what is the meaning of depth? That we should also um, understand that we are not this body, we are the soul. We just knowing doesn't mean anything. Okay, we have to apply that thing also. So gyan and vigyan both is required. Okay, so gyani sometimes they will go so deep into the knowledge that they don't apply the knowledge. They don't apply the vigyan part. Okay, so just accumulating the knowledge and going deep into the knowledge, and they are feeling so much blissfulness that we are having this much knowledge. Okay, so that thing is there, but they do not understand the substance of that knowledge. So gyan may be required in the beginning. Okay, so if you want to practice a devotional service, the gyan is not a qualification that if you are a gyani, if you have the knowledge, then only you will progress. It is not the qualification. Okay, but it initial days it may be required. Okay, but the knowledge is the knowledge may be required, and similarly the renunciation or some austerity or renunciation of some material things, that is also required. Okay, that may be required for the starting part, but actually that are not the substance of devotional service. What is the substance of devotional service? The substance of devotional service is here. Okay, where it is written, for the devotional service is independent. Our devotional service depend on nothing other than the sentiment or desire for such service. Desire for such service and sentiment for the service. If you have desire for service, sentiment for service, then you are qualified to progress on devotional path. If you have knowledge, if you are having renunciation, they may be required for the initial part. But they cannot make you a devotee. They cannot make you progress on your devotional part. You cannot elevate yourself on the devotional part. You cannot go near Krishna. Okay. So what is required is the sentiment or desire for service, and it should be required with sincerity. It requires nothing more than sincerity. Sincerity. Okay. Like like uh, like many people, they come to Krishna consciousness, they take up Krishna consciousness, or they come to ISKCON. Okay, they want to do some devotional service. They may hear lecture. Okay, I want to chant. Okay, I want to do this. Okay, I want to do that. But sincerity is lacking. Then what will happen? They may know that okay, this thing is required. Okay, chanting is required. Okay, following four regulative principle is required. But they may not be so much enthusiastic about that thing. Okay, okay, that is required. Okay, sometimes they will follow. Sometimes they will not follow. Okay, in initial days it will happen. But once they become sincere, once you will become sincere, then what will happen? That your progression in devotional service will increase. So sincerity is required. Initial days there may not be sincerity. Okay, so sincere devotional service is required. Sincere, like we should not be taking Krishna consciousness very cheaply. Okay, that we have come to devotional life, we have to chant, we have to do this, we have to do that. Okay, we will be doing nothing more than that. We will be doing like we have to follow the regulative principle. We have to do like this that. Okay, we are a devotee. Actually, we are devotee, and we are very nice devotee. We are in Krishna consciousness since 5 6 years. 5 6 years has happened. We are very senior devotee, and we are following the regulative principles like that. Okay. No, with sincerity we should be engaged. Sincerity we should be engaged in Krishna consciousness. Sincerity is required. Sincere devotional service. Krishna is not very cheap that you can get Krishna by doing anything and everything. Okay, by outer look we are wearing the dress. We are having the dress of a devotee. We are having a tilak. We are having kantimala, and we are looking very nice. We are looking like a devotee. But inside there is no desire for Krishna service. Okay, no desire for Krishna service. Okay, we will earn good amount of money. We'll give Krishna some amount of money. Okay, Krishna, what Krishna wants? Krishna wants our money. Krishna wants what Krishna wants. We'll give some money to the donation to the temple. Krishna wants our donation. That's it. Okay, no, it is not like that. Krishna is everything. Krishna is Jagannath. All the universe, all the planetary system, everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna does not want these things. Krishna does not want our rupee or money. Okay. Krishna wants our sincerity. Krishna wants our devotional service. Krishna wants our devotional attitude, and that should be with sincerity. Sincere devotional service. That is what Krishna wants. Okay. No knowledge, no renunciation. They may be required, but Krishna requires our sincere sentiment and the desire to serve Krishna. the desire to serve Krishna. Okay, there is I was hearing one story. Um, there was one story of a princess. Okay, so a small princess was there, and the king, in the home of the king, they will, or the palace of the king, there will be daily one panda will be coming, or the pujari will be coming, and he will be speaking about the Jagannath Katha. Okay, the story of Jagannath, and the princess will be hearing the Jagannath Katha daily, the glory of Jagannath daily. Okay, so what has happened? What has happened that she fall in love with Jagannath. Okay, she likes Jagannath very much. Okay, and she has given her heart to Jagannath. Okay, so one day she called the pujari and asked the pujari, "I have a gift for Jagannath. Can you give this gift to Jagannath?" Okay, so the pujari has taken the gift from the princess and took the gift and went to the temple, and in the pujari room, what he did, he opened the gift box. Then in the gift box there was another gift box. He opened that gift box. Another box was there. The inside there was so many boxes were there, and lastly there was a paper. Okay. So Pujari thought, what is this gift? Okay, see, is a Pujari. I thought something would be there for the Jagannath. What is this paper? So he threw the paper, and then so he thought there is nothing, no gift is there. There's a small paper is there. That's it. Okay, so he thought this is nothing a gift. There's no gift is there, and threw the paper. Okay, so Jagannath came to the sleep of that Pujari, and he slapped the Pujari. What you did? How many years you have done service to me? How many years you have spent in devotional service? How many years you have spent in the doing puja of me? And you don't have the respect of the gift which is given to me. Okay. So Jagannath, there was nothing in the gift. There was only simple paper. Where is the paper? I want the paper. Okay, Jagannath was asking for the paper. So Pujari was in the night only. Pujari woke up, and he started searching for the paper. Okay, what was in the paper that's so precious? What was in the paper that Jagannath is loving? Uh, that thing in the paper. What is in the paper? Okay, so then he found the paper and he read out the paper where the princess has written about the Jagannath, you are like Jagannath. You have everything. You are the king of the universe. Okay, and I have nothing uh, to give you because I have nothing. I cannot give you anything because you are the king of the world. You are king of the universe. You are king of everything. Everything belongs to you. Nothing is mine. Everything belongs to you. I have only one thing. That is my heart. Okay, so I'm giving my heart to you. Like that, she has written. And then the pujari started crying that she is the actual devotee. Okay, like that. So what Krishna wants from us? Nothing than our sincerity, nothing than our sentiment, nothing than our desire for his service. Okay. So that is what Krishna wants from us, the desire, okay, the sentiment, the sincerity, the loving affection for the Lord. That is what Krishna wants from us. Krishna is not hungry for our money. Krishna is not hungry for our food, which we offer to Krishna. Okay. So if we have the desire, proper desire, if we have proper mood, that is the mood is most important. Krishna consciousness. This is not like Krishna food, International Society for Krishna food, International Society for Krishna Kirtan, International Society for Krishna dance, nothing like that. This is in International Society for Krishna consciousness. That mood we want, that mood we need to develop. That's why this society is there. And we are gathered here to develop that mood. We are here to develop that sentiment. We are here to develop the desire for such service. Okay. So that is the most important thing. And that is the basic for Krishna or the ISKCON. Okay. Ask yourself why you are here, and are you achieving that thing? We are here for Krishna consciousness, the mood that Krishna is in everything. We are Krishna's. Krishna is our master. Everything belongs to Krishna. Our home belongs to Krishna. Our service belongs to Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. That mood, are we able to develop that mood? How many hours in one day we are able to remember Krishna? how many hours in one day we are able to give Krishna. Okay, so we have to think in that way. We have to develop that mood. That's why we are here in ISKCON. That's why we are here to develop that mood. If that mood is not developed, and if we are not in that path to develop that mood, then our time spent here is just like in with time spent with insincerity. Okay, these are very hard words I'm using, but these are for my purification, not for yourself. These are from me. These are for me and my purification. That is what I realize. And I'm speaking for myself. These words are applicable for me. So that is what, if we are here and we are not able to develop that mood, if we are not able to develop that sincereness, the desire for service, then our time spent here is just like a time that like the time wasted. Okay, we are here, we are just like pretending to be a devotee, but we are not actual devotee, and we are not working in that direction also to develop that devotional mood. Okay, so actually we need to be very sincere. That word here used is, again I'm highlighting that we should be very sincere towards our devotional service. Our time is limited. We don't know when we'll leave this earth, when we'll leave this human body, when we'll leave, we don't know. Okay. So rather than spending our time here and there, rather than spending time and wasting the time, I will say the wasting time here and there, we should inculcate that mood when we are in Krishna consciousness. We should learn from our senior acharya, and we should inculcate that mood in ourselves to develop that Krishna consciousness, to develop that mood that we can remember Krishna in everything, we can see Krishna in everything. Okay. So that is the devotional qualification, that we need the sincerity, we need the sentiment, we need a desire for the service. Okay. Renunciation knowledge may be required, but not as important as, or the most important thing is sentiment and desire for the service, and it should be with sincere attitude. Okay. Second paragraph. Manjula Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. It is the opinion of expert devotees that mental speculation and the artificial austerities of yoga practice may be favorable for becoming liberated from material contamination, but they will also make one's heart harder and harder. They will not help at all in the progress of devotional service. These processes are therefore not favorable for entering into the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Actually, Krishna consciousness, devotional service itself, is the only way of advancing in devotional life. Devotional service is absolute, it is both the cause and the effect. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause and effect of all that be. And to approach Him, the absolute, the process of devotional service, which is also absolute, has to be adopted.
Again, many
Thank you.
important points are there in this paragraph. So we'll see. Mental speculation and artificial austerity of yoga practice are may be favorable for becoming liberated from material contamination, but they will make one heart harder and harder. Okay. Knowledge. If you are knowing and not practicing, what will happen? Will think others as inferior. You see the many yogis, we see the example of many yogis, their heart become harder. Okay. They were like Durvasa Rishi. If you see the Durvasa Rishi and Ambrish Maharaj example, if you see, Durvasa Muni was not able to control the anger. He was under the control of the anger. He was a very yogi, he very big yogi. Okay. Very big yogi, very like elevated yogi, like that you can think. Okay. Severe austerity. But he was not able to control his anger. He was very angry on Ambrish Maharaj, and then what happened? You know that Sudarshan started changing the Durvasa Muni. Okay, once it can make one's heart harder and harder. Okay, too much austerity, standing on one leg. Okay, and standing for years and years. Okay, eating only, or Chaturmas eating nothing. Okay, just water. Too much austerity. Prabhupada also says that we should not be attached to so much austerity that we cannot do the devotional service. That required thing is sentiment and desire for the service with sincerity. And we should not be too much attached to too much, like we should not be attached to too much austerity that we forget the devotional service and sentiment, or we are not able to do the devotional service. Okay. So we should not be attached too much to those things. And mental speculation. Reading is um um reading, then thinking about that which we have read. Okay, like we read one sentence. Okay, then we have to think, we have to reciprocate, or we have to think on that what we have read, and then thing is we have to apply that thing also. When we read, when we hear, then we have to think about that thing what we have read, and then how we can apply that thing in our life, and then we should be speak that thing to others also. Okay, so that is the thing. So so that is the process. Only just reading for the process of defeating others. Okay, it's not be done like that. The reading it for and reading and hearing should be for our self purification. It should be our for our purification. Then we have to think on that. We have to think what we have read. Then we have to apply that in our life, and then we have to preach that thing to others. We have to speak that thing to others. Okay, so then the process of reading completes. Just the hearing and going to sleep, nothing will happen. Just the reading things and the forgetting, then it won't cause any change in your heart. Okay, read, then think. Even if you see the one paragraph, it has many things written. Okay, so once you read the one paragraph also, you can think many things. Okay, what is going through the Prabhupada's minds when he was writing. So you can think on that process. Okay, what Prabhupada has written and what is the meaning of this line and how you can apply that thing in your line. Then you can speak on that thing. Okay, so that is the thing. So yoga process, it makes one's heart harder and harder. They will not help at all in the process of devotional service. Devotional service, only one thing will help you. Okay, sentiments and desire with sincerity. Your attitude to serve, your Krishna consciousness, that will help you. Okay, and that is not the that is here also one word is there, that it is both the cause and effect. The path is devotional service and the end is also devotional service. Okay, the cause is also devotional service, the effect is also devotional service. When we do devotional service, what will happen? What is going to happen? When we chant, what is going to happen? Once Prabhupada was asked, okay, Prabhupada, we are chanting, what will happen with the chanting? Okay, Prabhupada says, your desire for chanting will increase. When you chant more, your desire for chanting will increase. When you read, your desire for reading will increase. When you do devotional service, your desire for doing devotional service will increase. Okay, that is what we want. Okay, so it is both the cause and effect. Effect means the path is a devotional service, and the end result is also devotional service. Okay, so that is the thing. So devotional service is like that. It is on the absolute platform. Everything is like related to devotional service. The path is also devotional service. The end is also devotional service. Okay, so here you can see which is also absolute. Okay, devotional service is absolute because it is attached to Krishna. Krishna is absolute. Devotional service is attached to Krishna. That is also absolute. Okay, so this was the second paragraph. So here the third one, who is going to read? Praveen Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself. One can understand me only through devotional service. In beginning his teaching of the Gita, the Lord said to Arjuna, because you are my devotee, I shall teach these secrets to you. Vedic knowledge means ultimately to understand the Supreme Lord, and the process of entering into his kingdom is devotional service. That is accepted by all authentic scriptures. Mental speculators neglect the process of devotional service, and by simply trying to defeat others in philosophical research, they fail to develop the ecstasy of devotion.
So here the important word is there. Mental speculation, or the when we are reading just and not accumulating that knowledge or not assimilating that knowledge in our life, then what will happen? Mental speculators neglect the process of devotional service, and by simply trying to defeat others in philosophical research, they fail to develop the ecstasy in devotion. Actually, the thing is, we should enjoy the devotional service. We should enjoy the ecstasy in devotion. They fail to develop the ecstasy in devotion. When we read, ecstasy is there. Okay. When we apply that thing, ecstasy is there. But when we read just to defeat others, there is no ecstasy. There's just knowledge is there. which we accumulate, and that knowledge doesn't have any effect on us. Okay, so that is the thing. Next, who will read? Sudipta.
The 11th canto,
Uh,
20th chapter,
Should I read?
verse
Yes, Sudipta Mataji, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In the 11th canto, 20th chapter, verse 31 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna says, "My dear Uddhava, for persons who are seriously engaged in my service, the cultivation of philosophical speculation and artificial renunciation are not very favorable. When a person becomes my devotee, he automatically attains the fruits of the renunciation of material enjoyment, and he gets sufficient knowledge to understand the absolute truth. That is the test of advancement in devotional service. A devotee cannot be in darkness because the Lord shows him special favor and enlightens him from within." Hare Krishna.
Okay, so you remember this line from, we have read this line in Bhagavad Gita also. You remember where? Anyone can unmute and tell. Very famous line. A devotee cannot be in darkness because the Lord show him special favor and enlighten him from within. Anyone? So special favor is Tesham Evanukampartham. Okay, that is the Chatushloki Gita, the last shloka. Tesham Evanukampartham. That full line I'm not remembering, but first line was Tesham Evanukampartham. Jnana Jamtama, something like that. Okay, after that, Nashyami. Something like that was there. And the last line was Yena Mam Upayantite. Okay, no, this was the 10th line. Okay, so Jnana Deepena Bhashruta. Okay, so that was the last line. The Jnana Deepena, enlighten him from the within. Okay, to show the special favor or the special mercy towards a devotee who are engaged in devotional service. What Krishna does is he's removed the ignorance and Jnana Jamtama, okay, from the heart of the devotee and enlighten the Jnana Deepak in the heart of the devotee. Okay, so last of the Chatushloki, 10.11 sloka. Okay, so that was the sloka. A devotee cannot be in darkness because Lord show him special favor and enlighten him from the within. Okay. So Prabhupada is giving the reference, okay, that my dear Uddhava, for person who are seriously engaged in my service, the cultivation of philosophical speculation and artificial renunciation are not favorable. Nothing is required. Okay. When you are seriously engaged in service, that is enough. One thing that is enough. Okay. Krishna, but like we should be in we should have the confidence that the process we are following, that is enough for us to go back to Godhead. Prabhupada says, just the thing which I'm saying, if you're following that, that is enough to go back to God. Krishna is saying, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, leave all the variety of religion, leave this, I will do this, I will do that, I will this do that. Don't forget everything. Okay, just follow one thing, Krishna consciousness, and you will come to me. Okay, like that. So many things are there in the world. Okay, so many things you will hear this. Okay, this thing is also there, that thing is also there. But ultimately, what we should remember is we have to follow Krishna consciousness and we have to go back to God. Okay, so for that, sincere devotional service is required, and with that attitude, we should serve Krishna. Okay. Okay, so this is the test. Acha, this one we have done. This one, who is going to read? Manoj Prabhu is there. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. In the 11th canto, 20th chapter, verses 32 and 33 of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord further instructs Uddhava, my dear friend, the profits derived from fruitive activities, austerities, the culture of philosophical knowledge, renunciation, the practice of mystic yoga, charity, and all similar auspicious activities are automatically achieved by my devotees, those who are simply attached to me by loving service. These devotees have everything at their disposal, but they desire nothing outside of my devotional service. If ever a devotee should desire some material profit, like promotion to the heavenly planets or some spiritual profit to go to the Vaikunthas, by my causeless mercies, his desires are very easily fulfilled. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So Krishna is making a point here, or Prabhupada is making a point by referring from the Srimad Bhagavatam, that we don't need any other process for access or the for excelling in devotional service. Okay, we don't need any. Okay, like that, many processes are there, like a philosophical knowledge, renunciation, the practice of mystic yoga, the charity, and all similar auspicious activities. Okay, the results of those activity can be achieved by a person who is doing the devotional service by Krishna's mercy. Okay, generally the devotee won't have the material the mentality of getting material benefit, but initially what will happen, the devotee may be attached to those things. Okay, but gradually what will happen, when the devotee does the devotional services, gradually that thing will also will be lost, that thing will also destroyed, that thing will also he will be free of those things. Okay, gradually when he's following the Krishna consciousness, he's following the Vaidhi Bhakti, the regulative principles which you are seeing, gradually what will happen, he will follow the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, and gradually what will happen, he will shift from the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti to Raganuga Bhakti, or the spontaneous devotional service. Okay, so gradually that process will happen. So when that will happen, the devotee won't have that material enjoyment desire only. Okay, he will be attached to Krishna. Raganuga Bhakti is attachment, spontaneous attachment to Krishna. So that attachment which we have now to the material things, it will shift to Krishna. That attachment will shift to Krishna. Okay, so the attachment will shift to Krishna gradually. Okay, so initially we may have the desire. Okay, but gradually that thing will be also lost. Okay, but even if the devotee wants the material thing, he wants to go to heavenly planet. Okay, that heavenly planet going is also material. Okay, so we were reading like Ramayan. Okay, so there Ravan description is there. Ravan was like very asur. He was doing all the yogic processes. Okay, all the yoga and the to achieve some boons from Brahmaji. Okay, so what boons he was able to achieve, that he can defeat anyone like that. He can go to up and down, or any Rakshasa you see, they can go up down, and they will win, or they will fight with the devatas and dana the danavas everywhere. Okay, but they cannot go beyond the material world. Okay, so anything you get, you cannot go beyond the Brahmaloka. Okay, that we are going to Brahmaloka and we are fighting with Vishnu in the Shir Sagar. Okay, it is not like that. They can go, but they can go till Brahmaloka only. They will go and they will go to the heavenly planet. They will fight with the devatas. They will and the other celestial beings which are there. But they cannot go beyond that. They cannot go like, and they cannot go beyond the Brahmaloka, and they can go to the Vaikuntha planet or spiritual planet. They can fight there. No, it is not like that. Okay. So the thing is, whatever you want to achieve through this yogic process, they are only material only. Okay. So even if the devotee have the desires, okay, Krishna can give them. By special mercy, Krishna can give them. But the thing we should remember, that is also material only. Okay. So even if those desires are there, Krishna can fulfill those desires. Okay. For a devotee. Okay. So if ever a devotee should desire some material profit, like promotion to heavenly planet, or some spiritual profit, like to go to the Vaikuntha by my causeless mercy, his desires are very easily fulfilled. Like Dhruva Maharaj example, we saw that Dhruva Maharaj was very much, he wanted a kingdom greater than his great grandfather Brahmaji. Okay, and he started the Ashtanga Yoga process. But when he met Narad Muni, he started the Ashtanga Yoga process. But when he met um, um, Lord Vishnu, then he become attached to Lord Vishnu, he become a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Yet the desire for of him that I want a greater kingdom was fulfilled by Lord Vishnu. Okay, so that we see the example here. So here I will read, actually a person who is developing Krishna consciousness and still has some attachment to material enjoyment will soon be freed from such a tendency by regularly discharging devotional service under the instruction of bona fide spiritual master. Sometimes we may think that this is spirituality, this is spirituality. Sometimes we may think like that. Okay, sometimes what will happen? Somehow we'll relate to Krishna. I am doing this for Krishna's service, but actually that is not Krishna because we are in Maya. Sometimes we do that, okay? That I am doing this for Krishna's service, but actually I am doing for myself. But I'm putting the name of Krishna before others that I'm doing for Krishna, or I'm materially thinking, or I'm speculating like that I am doing it for Krishna, but actually I'm doing it for myself. Okay. For that, we need the guidance of instruction of bona fide spiritual master, which can rectify us, who can rectify us. Okay. The bona fide spiritual master is required for rectifying us. Okay. Under the instruction of bona fide spiritual master, regularly discharging devotional service under the instruction of bona fide spiritual master. Okay. So next paragraph, who is going to read? Others can also. Sweta Mataji has raised hand. Praveen Prabhu has already read. So those devotee who has not read, please raise the hands. We'll give the chance. Praveen
Shalom,
Prabhu will give
Prabhuji.
chance after everyone is finished. Yes, Sweta Mataji. Others
Hare
can raise
Krishna,
hand. Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please
Srila
read.
Rupa Goswami then recommends that one should not be attached to material sense enjoyment, but should accept everything enjoyable that is in relationship to Krishna. For example, eating is necessary and one wants some palatable dishes to satisfy his sense of taste. So, in that case, for the satisfaction of Krishna, rather than for the satisfaction of the tongue, some palatable dishes may be prepared and offered to Krishna. Then it is renunciation. Let the palatable dishes be prepared, but unless they are offered to Krishna, one should not accept them for eating. This vow of rejecting anything that is not offered to Krishna is actually renunciation, and by such renunciation, one is able to satisfy the demands of the senses. Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Sada
Krishna.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So here you see the vow of rejecting anything that is not offered to Krishna is actually renunciation. Some people may think that renunciation means eating nothing. Okay, or eating water. I am doing fasting on water. I'm doing fasting on fruits. I'm doing fasting on this. I won't eat for whole Chaturmasya like that. That is actually not renunciation because Krishna is not there. Okay. Renunciation means not eating anything which is not offered to Krishna. I will eat only Krishna Prasadam. That is renunciation. That is actual renunciation. Eating nothing is not renunciation unless it is not attached to Krishna. And severe renunciation, Prabhupada doesn't want us to follow severe renunciation. Prabhupada says that renunciation or the austerity, severe austerity, Prabhupada says that we should be focusing on the sadhana, on the service. Okay, that is more important. Okay. So austerity should be there, but it should not be like severe, like end to end, like north and south. It should not be like that. Okay. So we should be more focused on our sadhana, on the devotional service. That is more required. Okay. So the vow of rejecting that, this thing is required, that we are not eating anything. But this vow that rejecting anything that is not offered to Krishna, that is actually renunciation. Actual renunciation is that, actual sadhana is that we are not eating anything which is not offered to Krishna. Okay, initial days, we may eat the things which is offered to Krishna, and then the initial days, some items will eat like that. But finally, when we are serious in devotional service, when we want to progress in devotional service, following these vows are important because these comes under the regulative principle. So when we follow the regulative principle, then only the automatic or the raganuga bhakti or the spontaneous devotional service we can achieve. So initial days, some rules and regulations are required, and these rules and regulations, when we follow, then a spontaneous devotional service we can develop. Okay. Here. So here, one thing I want to clear out that in this paragraph, Prabhupada is mentioning that we should prepare very palatable dishes and offer to Krishna, then we can accept that as prasadam. But we should not, one another point is we should not be attached to that. Okay, we will be making very nice prasadam, we'll be offering to Krishna, then we'll be eating, then again next time not. It should not be like that. Okay. So our mood should be to serve Krishna. Our mood should be to offer opulent prasadam to Krishna, whatever we can offer. Our mood should not be for the sense gratification. Okay. So that is the thing. Yes, this one.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Seva Kumar Prabhu.
The impersonalists who try to avoid everything material may undergo serious austerities, but they miss the opportunity of being engaged in the service of the Lord. Thus, their renunciation is not sufficient for perfection. There are many instances where following such artificial renunciation without any contact with devotional service, the impersonalist again fell down and become attached to material contamination. There are many supposed renouncers even at the present moment who artificially become sannyasis or renouncers and outwardly claim that a spiritual existence is truth and material existence untruth. In the way artificially they make a show of renunciation of the material world. However, because they cannot reach the point of devotional service, they fail to achieve the goal and they again come back to material activities such as philanthropic work and political agitation. There are many examples of so-called sannyasis who gave up the word as untruth but again came to the material world because they were not seeking their real repose at the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat. So you see, about the impersonalist Prabhupada is writing and about the many imperfect sannyasi Prabhupada is writing that they take up the path of austerity, okay, severe austerity. They may go severe austerity and they may become like very famous, okay. But what they're lacking is service to Krishna or attachment to Krishna. Then what will happen? They will come back again to the material one. They will engage in some other service like material activity, like philanthropic activity, for environment I am doing something, for the people I am doing something like that, okay, like that. Political agitation, they become politically active, okay. They forget the path of devotion. They become attached to these things, okay. So these things we see in the world, okay. So why that is happening? Because they're not attached to Krishna. They're not attached to the service of Krishna. That's why they are finding some other like material enjoyment. They're finding some enjoyment in some other things, and where they are finding in the material things only, okay. So that is called the fall down, okay. So so many sannyasis will be there. There are so many people will be there, so-called people, okay. So here you can see that who gave up the world as untruth. They think that world is untruth, but they again attach to the to the society, to the people, and they will again start accumulating money from them, accumulating followers, money from them, and they become attached to that. So something happens like that because they're not truly attached to the devotional service. That's why these things are happening. Okay, so that thing is being mentioned here by Prabhupada. Here the thing is, we should be utilizing the thing for the service of Krishna. Okay, the things which is there, things are not ours. The one thing we should remember, that what things we are seeing as ours, that is actually not ours. What the things we are seeing others, that these things belongs to others, that is also not others or ours. Okay, so everything, the mood should be like everything belongs to Krishna, and everything should be utilized for the service of Krishna. Okay, we are just here for the service of Krishna, and Krishna has provided all these things for the service of Krishna. That's it. That mood is there, then that everything is spiritual. Okay. Okay, so here you can also see Krishna advises Arjuna to utilize his fighting ability in devotional service. Like Prabhupada gives example that once a person asked Prabhupada, you are heavily criticized the development of the science and all, but you are utilizing this aeroplane for going here and there and preaching. Okay, so Prabhupada says, I'm not actually criticizing. And the thing is, the utilization of modern science is there when we use the services for Krishna's service. Then only it is utilized correctly. Other than that, if it is not utilized for Krishna's service, then there is no use. Okay. So other than that, there is no use. Useless. Okay. When it is utilized for Krishna's service, because everything belongs to Krishna, when we utilize these things for Krishna's service, then that thing is useful. That is the actual use of that thing. Okay. So you see here also, why are you utilizing material products if you condemn the advancement of material civilization? So Prabhupada said, but actually we do not condemn. We simply ask people to do whatever they are doing in Krishna consciousness. Whatever you are doing for the service of Krishna, then that is the correct use. Okay. Yes, one more point here it is. The acceptance or rejection of things should be in pursuance of devotional principle, and one can here. The acceptance and rejection of things should be always in the pursuance of devotional principle, and not that one can independently manufacture some idea of what should be accepted or rejected. The spiritual master, as a visible manifestation of Krishna, is necessary, therefore, to direct the devotee on the behalf of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, which thing to accept, which thing to reject, from where to learn? From the spiritual master. Okay, from the spiritual master. Who is the spiritual master? The spiritual master as a visible manifestation of Krishna. The spiritual master is nothing but Krishna, which is visible to us. Okay, Krishna is visible to us in form of spiritual master. How merciful Krishna is. Krishna is everywhere. If you see, Krishna is present in the form of literature in front of us. Krishna is there inside our heart in form of Paramatma, who is guiding every time. Okay, and not only inside, he is outside also in the form of manifestation. Okay, visible manifestation, living guru. Okay, Krishna is there in form of living guru in front of us. Okay, and in form of living guru, he directs us how to do the devotional service, what things to perform for doing the devotional service, what thing to accept, what thing to reject. Okay, he directs us, the visible guru. That's why it is very important to accept a living guru. Okay, who is in parampara. That's why it is important. Okay, from here one can read. Who's Lakshmi Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. The spiritual master must never be carried away by an accumulation of wealth or a large number of followers. A bona fide spiritual master will never become like that. But sometimes, if a spiritual master is not properly authorized and only on his own initiative becomes a spiritual master, he may be carried away by an accumulation of wealth and large number of disciples. His is not a very high grade of devotional service. If a person is carried away by such achievements, then his devotional service becomes slackened. One should therefore strictly adhere to the principles of disciplic succession.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So you see here, spiritual master must not be carried by the accumulation of wealth or large number of followers. Okay. Here, one more line. A bona fide spiritual master will never become like that. But sometimes, if a spiritual master is not properly authorized means a person who is not coming in Guru Parampara system, a person who is not coming in disciplic succession, and only by his own initiative become a spiritual master. Sometimes we see on the TV, on the YouTube, that a person become a spiritual master. Okay, he is a spiritual master. He is like Guru. He is like a Baba. Okay, but how he become a Baba? Because because of his own initiatives. Many examples will be there. Own initiative, he become a spiritual master, and he is not in parampara. Then we should reject that Guru. Okay, because he is not in parampara, he is not in he is not in actual parampara, and due to his own initiative become a spiritual master. Then he can be carried away by accumulation of wealth or large number of disciples. Many everywhere are the many examples we have where the person become by his own initiative, he will become Guru. He may not be properly authorized, he will become Guru. He has some knowledge, he has accumulated some knowledge. He may have went to Himalaya, he accumulated some knowledge, he accumulated some siddhi. With that, he can do something. He can give the people the answer to his their problems, like that. Okay, but their main motive is to accumulate wealth, a large number of disciples. Okay, to become famous. Okay, like that. So that is the thing. So there's so many examples maybe there. Okay, I don't want to take names, but all of you have seen those examples on the YouTube, on the TV. Many things used to happen like that. Okay, so it should be, the spiritual master should be properly authorized, and it should be properly situated in Krishna consciousness. Okay, it should come in principle of disciplic succession, the disciplic succession. Okay. From here you can read one more. Deepa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
A Krishna conscious person, being naturally purified, has no need of developing any other purificatory process of thought or action. On account of his being highly elevated in Krishna consciousness, he has already acquired all the good qualities and is following the rules and regulations prescribed for the mystic yogic process. Such rules are automatically practiced by the devotees. A concrete example is the quality of a non-violence, which is considered a good qualification. A devotee is naturally non-violent and therefore doesn't have to practice non-violence separately. Some people seek purification by joining a vegetarian movement, but a devotee is automatically a vegetarian. He doesn't need to practice separately in this matter or to join any society for vegetarians. He is automatically a vegetarian. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So devotee have all the qualities which are like Devi qualities. Okay, Devi Guna we have seen in Bhagavad Gita, the qualities of the Devatas, of the quality of the pious people, of the quality which is required to progress in devotional service. Okay, those quality automatically develop when a person accepts the devotional service. But that is not the vice versa, like non-violence and vegetarianism Prabhupada is writing. A person who is following the non-violence may not be a devotee, but a devotee who is following the devotion, he will be non-violent. Mrigari example, you know that Mrigari example will also come in the next. That Mrigari was a hunter. He will kill like anything. He will kill like with arrow. Okay, like that. But when he met Narad Muni, then the transformation happened, and he become such a devotee that he will once Narad Muni came and he was jumping. He was jumping to meet him. He was not walking straight. He was jumping. Why he was jumping? Narad Muni asked why he was jumping. Because ants were there. Okay, he was so considerate about even the ants. Okay, so such transformation, such a violent person becomes non-violent. Okay, so such transformation can happen when a person accepts devotional service. But if you accept the non-violence, then vice versa is not possible, that you will become a devotee. Okay, so it may be considered an austerity that you are following non-violence, you are following the vegetarianism. It may be austerity, but that is not the path of devotion. Okay, so that is the thing. So here the hunter example is there. Okay, that is Mrigari's example. So here one important line. Srila Rupa Goswami affirms here that purification of consciousness, purification of bodily activity, austerity, peace of the mind, etc., all become automatically manifest in a person who is engaged in devotional service. Once you engage in devotional service, all the purificatory process, purification of body, purification of consciousness, austerity, peace of mind, everything. People ask so many questions, how to peace the mind, how to control the mind, how to do this, how to do that. Only one answer is there: engage in devotional service. With sincerity, with loving devotion to Krishna, every other thing, that controlling of the mind, controlling of the stress or stress management, so many seminars will happen, mind control, stress control, this, that, okay. Everything is byproduct of devotional service. You don't have to do extra effort on these things. If you are engaged in devotional service, you need nothing other than that, okay. So many. Even psychologists used to read Bhagavad Gita. Okay, one of my friend was psychologist. He was asking that she wants to read Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because she want to give solution to the people. Okay, that how to control the mind, how to solve the psychological problems with Bhagavad Gita, like that. So even the doctors, the psychologists, they are also reading Bhagavad Gita to understand what is there, so that they can give some solution to the patients, like that. So the devotee need nothing, because they are engaged in Krishna consciousness, everything will be streamlined. So here in this paragraph, Prabhupada is writing about the 9 devotional service and examples who had followed the devotional service very nicely. Okay, so I think that example is here. So 9 devotional service. So one can read this 9 devotional service. Chanda Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. From here you can read.
Okay. There are concrete examples of how a devotee discharged one of these services and achieved perfection. King Parikshit achieved the desired goal of life simply by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukhdev Goswami achieved the desired goal of the life simply by reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlada Maharaj became successful in his devotional service by always remembering the Lord Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, was successful by engaging herself in massaging the lotus feet of Lord. King
Prithu.
Prithu became successful by worshipping in the temple. Akrura becomes successful by offering prayers. Hanuman becomes successful by rendering personal services to Lord Ramachandra. Arjuna becomes successful by being a friend of Krishna, and Bali Maharaj becomes successful simply by offering all of his possessions to Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so these are the 9 examples, 9 devotional services, and Prabhupada is writing the 9 examples. Okay. So here, how in this paragraph, how King Ambrish is engaging his senses and everything in Krishna. Very nice to read. So Nanita Mataji, can you read this paragraph?
So Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, pranams. From there are also examples, right, Prabhu?
Yeah.
There are also examples of devotees who discharged all the different items together. In the 9th canto, 4th chapter, verses 18, 19, and 20 of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a statement about Maharaja Ambarisha, who followed every one of the devotional processes. In these verses, Shukadev Goswami says, King Ambarisha first of all concentrated his mind on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and then engaged his speech in describing the pastimes and activities of the Lord. He engaged his hands in washing the temple of the Lord. He engaged his ears in hearing of the transcendental glories of the Lord. He engaged his eyes in seeing the beautiful deity in the temple. He engaged his body in associating with the pure devotees of the Lord. When you associate with someone, you have to sit down together, eat together, etc. And in this way, the touch of your body with his body is inevitable. Ambarish Maharaj made his association only with pure devotees and did not allow his body to be touched by anyone else. He engaged his nostrils in smelling the flowers and tulsi offered to Krishna, and he engaged his tongue in tasting Krishna Prasad, food prepared specifically for offering to the Lord, the remnants of which are taken by the devotees. Maharaja Ambarish was able to offer very nice prasad to Krishna because he was a king and had no scarcity of finances. He used to offer Krishna the most royal dishes and would then taste the remnants as Krishna Prasad. There was no scarcity in his royal style because he had a very beautiful temple wherein the deity of the Lord was decorated with costly paraphernalia and offered high grade food. So everything was available, and his engagement was always completely in Krishna consciousness. The idea is that we should follow in the footsteps of great devotees. If we are unable to execute all the different items of devotional service, we must try to execute at least one of them as exemplified by previous acharyas. If we are engaged in the execution of all the items of devotional service, as was Maharaj Ambarish, then the perfection of devotional service is guaranteed from each one of these items. With the first complete engagement, one becomes automatically detached from material contamination and liberation becomes the maidservant of the devotee. This idea is confirmed by Bilva Mangal Thakur. If one develops unalloyed devotion to the Lord, liberation will follow the devotee as his maidservant. Srila Rupa Goswami says that the regulative principles of devotional service are sometimes described by authorities as the path of serving the Lord in opulence. Hare Krishna Prabhu Pranams.
Okay. So this completes our chapter. You see here what is the idea is that we should follow the footstep of great devotee. So Parishit Maharaj example or Amrish Maharaj example is given here. Okay. So what we have to do is follow the footstep of the great devotee. Amrish Maharaj is great devotee. And very nicely Prabhupada has written what he was doing with his body parts. Okay. What he was doing with the eyes, what he was doing with the mind, with nose, with the tongue, with the ears, with the body, with the legs. Okay. So very nicely Prabhupada has written that engage your senses in service of Krishna. Okay, smell the tulsi and the flower offered to Krishna, taste Krishna prasadam, speak about Krishna, hear about Krishna, see the Krishna as deity, the devotees of Krishna, touch the touching of the bodies of the devotee. When you are exchanging the devotional service, then the touch can be there. So that thing. With the leg, you can go to the temple, you can execute devotional service to the legs. With the hand, you should execute the devotional service. Okay, we should touch the body of the deities. Okay, so with the senses, we can engage ourselves to the service of Krishna. Okay, and the idea is that what is the idea? That we should follow the footstep of the great devotee. Okay, so with that, we end our chapter. Some here the line is authorities as path of serving the Lord in opulence. Okay, the regulative principle of devotional service. So this chapter was regulative principle of devotional service, and the next chapter is spontaneous devotional service. Okay, the two parts of devotional service we have seen, that Raganuga Bhakti and Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. So this was Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, where we follow the rules and regulation and serve Krishna in opulence. Okay, the next part is the spontaneous devotional service, chapter number 15. We'll read it in the next class. Okay, with this we end our chapter today. So if you have any question, you can ask. No question in the chat
Hare
box.
Krishna
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Chanda Mataji, Hare
Uh,
Krishna.
This I want to share one experience. I don't know that bhava, how it uh, impact will be there. But Prabhuji, once I was watching something on phone. So it says that what you can earn by doing japa And literally, I just came out of that site. I don't want to hear that what I will get from that, doing japa. So my mind says, my heart says that why I want to know that what I will get. So
Mhm.
Prabhuji put some light on this, desiring for certain desire. Why, why I need to engage myself in the service, because I'm totally into the service of Lord Krishna, where I don't desire anything. So if my mind and my soul is saying to avoid, is it right or wrong, or my mind is thinking wrong? It's going wrong way.
So sometimes when we go out, okay, so that material thing is there. We cannot, we are not totally like free of the material desires, material contamination. That desire, material contamination is there. Okay. So that will come when we are perfect. Okay. That will come when we are totally engaging ourselves in devotional service. Gradually that purification process will happen, and we'll have like zero material desires like that. But in this stage we are not like that, that we are having zero material desires. Okay. But the process itself is purificatory, and gradually by following the process, uh, we may start doing the Rupanuga Bhakti, okay, or the Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so that thing will happen. Like it will take little time, but the thing is, we have to continuously engage ourselves with sincere devotional service. Okay, continuous sincere devotional service with praying mood to Krishna, with expecting the mercy of Krishna. Okay, we should expect the mercy of Krishna. The thing will be there. Okay, but we should expect the mercy of Krishna. We should pray to Krishna, and we should expect the mercy of Krishna, and keep doing our devotional service. Okay, that thing will be. Sometimes many things will come when we go through YouTube or different sites. Sometimes that thing may appear. The thing is, many things are there on YouTube. Sometimes on the YouTube, the things are there for very neophyte devotee. Sometimes things are not, but when the devotee advances, that things are not applicable to them. Okay, so things may change. Okay, some things which we cannot say or tell in the level 1 class when the devotees are new, but when they're advancing, they cannot have the same thing. Okay, that the initial the thing when the people are in the initial phase, they may not like that hearing those things. Okay, but as the people advance, their desire for Krishna consciousness increases, then they can accept the thing which is actually required. Okay, so everything which is there in internet is not for everything, every person and other person. Okay, so first thing is, we should not be dealing or the hearing the other people what they're saying. So many things are there on YouTube. Okay, so we should focus on bona fide spiritual master, and that too we should be focusing on Prabhupada, because Prabhupada has given us everything. We should be we should be confirmed in that thing, that Prabhupada has given everything, and we need to follow Prabhupada, and then we'll get everything.
Yes,
Okay, so
Prabhuji.
Prabhupada lectures are enough to
Yes.
to hear that, and then you can follow your guru. Okay, but Prabhupada you should keep at center. Okay.
And Prabhuji, one more thing. I teach very small children. They are of around 5 years old. So on the occasion of this Janmashtami, I taught them to shloka Kararavinde and Krishnaya Vasudeva. So beautifully, though their pronunciation, it's going here and there, but when they sing, they now got the habit. Whenever they are getting 2 minutes, 3 minutes, ma'am, can we practice this shloka? And when they are practicing the bliss, the blessing, the resonance of their chanting, it's taking me away somewhere, like sitting in the temple. And with Kirti ma'am, I will, Mataji, I will share this video. I have recorded that thing when the children were doing. So it's so beautiful, Prabhuji. And I felt like connecting
to this path is really the mean of my this birth. Actually, it's giving me a reason and meaning to my life.
Okay, Mataji.
Thank you.
Yes, Mataji. So, thing is, people, the children are very pure. What we give, they will accept. They are not like that. Us that we have to hammer again and again, again and again, again and again, the same things to accept. But the children are very pure. What we give, they will accept. Okay, so like
Yes,
that.
Prabhuji, and that totally I can see in my class.
Yes, Mataji.
Question in the chat, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, as I am a student, how can I balance my time to do spiritual studies and material studies? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You can do your material studies, but give some time for spiritual studies also. You should not neglect the main course. Okay. The main course is spiritual activities, and the side course or the side business is the material activity. So we should always remember that. And we should give sometimes when we are engaged, when the exam and all is there, then we can study more about the material things, because we have to pass and then serve ourselves for then utilize that knowledge for the service of Krishna. Okay, that we can do. But the thing is, little bit time we should also take out for Krishna, little bit time for reading. Okay, or you can take out like whatever your business level is there. So like half an hour I'll read daily Srimad Bhagavatam, half an hour I'll read Bhagavad Gita, half an hour or 10 minutes I will read, like that I will do my chanting. So that is enough. Okay, so you can read, you can chant, and you can hear the lecture if you want. Okay, you can go to the temple when there is some occasion is there, or Sundays you can go to temple, hearing the classes you can do. So many things are there. Thing is how to balance, it depends on your what business is there. But thing is, main course is Krishna consciousness, that we should not forget. We should pay attention to that also. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare
Keep in
Krishna.
mind, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Yes.
I would like to do personally devotional service for Krishna to Mangalore, but it is not possible now. Very difficult for me. But I could not do too much. Matlab nothing. But I wish to do some service. But in that chanting and reading Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or any Prabhupada's books is devotional service. Chanting is devotional service. This is my question. Chanting is
Yes.
devotional service.
Chanting and devotional service. Hearing
Reading.
about Krishna is also devotional service. Reading about Krishna is also devotional service. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Things like
Prabhuji.
that. Yes, Mataji. These are also devotional service.
Thank you. Prabhuji.
Yes. Can we do chanting while doing walking and domestic work? Okay. The thing is, the chanting is also in in the three ways. Chanting is Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. Okay. Satogun, sit silently with proper mood and attitude in the morning hour of Brahma Muhurat. Okay. In the morning hours, and do chanting. That is Satogun chanting. Okay. Sometimes when we sleep, we can walk a little bit, then we can start again the chanting. That is Satogun chanting. That is the best chanting. Okay. If you cannot do that, you can do Rajoguni or Tamoguni also, like in the chanting in the night, chanting in the afternoon, chanting while walking. Okay, so like that. But doing domestic work and chanting is, you have to pay attention to Krishna. Okay, so if you're doing domestic work and chanting, then like you're cooking and doing chanting, then don't count in your regular japa rounds that we have to chant 16 round, then we'll do like that. No, that can be like extra. 16 round you have to sit and chant. Okay, and do nice chanting 16 round. And other than that, if you are doing your domestic work and then you're chanting, count that also as chanting, but not in the regular 16 round. Okay, so that you can do.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhuji, how long it will take for us to do perfect something? Because many times our mind used to wander here and there, even if chanting during Brahma Muhurta and 16 rounds. How many years it will take to like come to that stage where we can chant perfectly without our mind wandering, or is there a time? Is that time? Will that time come?
Okay, so your question is very appropriate, Mataji. Prabhupada has been asked this question. Prabhupada says it depends on our sincerity. We read, na? Sincerity is important. So it depends on sincerity. If you are sincere, one day is also enough. If you are not sincere, many lives is also not enough. Okay, sincerity is important. How sincere we are that we want to accept devotion service. How sincere we are. Our sincerity will tell us how much time it will take for our perfection. Okay. It
Prabhuji,
depends
like
on our
initially,
yeah.
initial period while chanting, I was quite enthusiastic, but now not so. So why is this thing happening? Like I was quite enthusiastic in the
Because
beginning.
when initial days you come, then the things are new to us. Then we think that this is new. Then we are very enthusiastic. Very enthusiastic for the chanting. Okay, but gradually, sometimes we are when initial days. What happens in initial days? We are not attached to the chanting of the name. Okay, we are attached to the process. We are attached to the tune of the chanting. We are attached to the other things. Okay, not in the name. Okay, but if the attachment to name will happen, the naam or attachment to Krishna will happen, then the things will be like automatic. Okay, so that is the thing. So initial days we have to do like raga, the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, regulated devotional service, that you have to do 16 round, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this with sincerity. That is important. So with sincerity, if you are doing, gradually the spontaneous thing will happen. So okay. So initial
Thank you,
days it may
Prabhuji.
take time, okay, but depends on our sincerity. With sincere attitude, if you are doing, then Krishna is very merciful. He will glance his mercy upon us. Okay, that is definite. So we depend on Krishna for this mercy, and with sincerity with the service, that is enough.
Prabhuji, like, will it be possible to reach our like aim or goal if we don't get our guru?
Now, initial days, if you're chanting and all, that is enough, but ultimately we'll need a guru. Okay, without a living guru, who is going to correct us? Okay, that we are doing it correct or not? Who is going to give us
But
such?
if we don't get, like, somehow, if we are not being able to get our
If
guru,
it's not,
then
so the guru is the way to Krishna. Okay, we cannot reach directly to Krishna. Krishna is like uh, like like it at very higher place. Okay, to reach that we need some assistance. Okay, if you want to meet PM, okay, but how you can meet? If you have any person who is known to PM house, what will happen? That person can take you directly to the PM. Okay, so that is the easy way. Okay, so the thing is like that. The guru is knowing Krishna. Okay, guru is attached to Krishna. So when we follow the guru, he can take us to Krishna. Okay, so directly going to Krishna is very difficult.
but Prabhu, getting guru is also quite difficult.
No, it is not difficult. If you are sincere, Krishna will send you guru. Okay, that is the thing.
Okay,
Krishna
Prabhu.
sends
Thank
the guru. When we are sincere, Krishna sees the sincerity. When Dhruva Maharaj was going to the forest. Okay, so he was determined for the for his cause. Okay, so Lord Vishnu sent Narada himself. He sent himself, Narada, go and guide that devotee. Okay. It's like Krishna sends the devotee. Krishna sends the guru when he sees the devotee is sincere. But sincerity is required. Sometimes we may think that we are sincere, but actually we are not. Okay. So that sincerity is required. Okay. When sincerity is there, Krishna will send. Krishna sends. How guru came in our life, we don't know. What we did in previous life, we don't know. But suddenly somehow or what happened, we don't know, but guru came in our life. Okay. So like that.
Thank you,
So
Prabhuji. Thank you.
we cannot do on our, or we cannot expect the things on our own basis. Okay. We need mercy of Krishna. Okay. So when Krishna's mercy will be there, we will get guru. So that sincerity is required. Okay. Yes, Mataji. Okay. Do we have any question?
No, Prabhu. Nothing in the chat. No raised hands.
Okay, so we'll end the class. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhu bhavebhascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo nānanta koti vaishnava.
Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Pranam.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.